The Pentagon says the U.S. and its allies will continue to support Ukraine in its fight against Russian aggression for as long as it takes. Despite a blunt assessment from the top U.S. general that military victory for either side is likely unachievable in the near term.
The probability of Russia achieving its strategic objectives, of conquering Ukraine, of overrunning Ukraine, the probability of that happening is close to zero. But they do currently occupy about 20% of Ukraine. So in terms of probability, the probability of a Ukrainian military victory, defined as kicking the Russians out of all of Ukraine, to include what they define or what they claim as Crimea, the probability of that happening anytime soon is not high, militarily.
But he said a near-term political solution for peace was possible.
You want to negotiate from a position of strength. Russia right now is on its back. The Russian military is suffering tremendously.
The Russian military has taken heavy losses of soldiers and military equipment since Moscow's invasion of Ukraine in February.
The numbers of precision-guided munitions that they've rifled through in this endeavor is striking. And so it may take years for them to restock that inventory up to the point that they were before they started this conflict.
Do you think the Russians can hold out the years that you say it would take for them to fully resupply?
I don't think the Ukrainians are going to allow them to hold out. I think the Ukrainians are going to continue to pressure them. And so this battlefield dynamic will change, continue to change.
The Pentagon also reaffirmed previous U.S., NATO, and Polish statements that pointed to a Ukrainian air defense missile as the likely culprit in the inadvertent death of 2 people in Poland near the Ukrainian border Tuesday, a claim Ukraine's president contradicts.
This was most likely a result of a Ukrainian air defense missile, but we'll let the investigation play out here.
The top U.S. general also warned China on Wednesday against invading Taiwan, calling any military invasion across the strait a, quote, very dangerous game.
But I think that the Chinese would be high risk to take on an operation like that, and I think it would be unwise. It would be a political mistake, a geopolitical mistake, a strategic mistake, similar to what the strategic mistake is that Putin has made in Ukraine.
Milley vowed the United States military would remain the top military in the world, and as long as it remained number 1, it would deter any great power war between China and the United States. Carla Babb, VOA News, the Pentagon.